might as well make a clean sweep of it and fly. The only other thing I've got with me, since the wind, the wind was threatening to get up a bit, but then it seems to have more or less stopped again. There's hardly any wind, and it's actually getting warmer with the sun coming up. It's actually not uncomfortably cold anymore. This is the only other thing I've got with me that I haven't flown. This is a Blade Nano CPS. The box says CPX, but this is actually a CPS. I've got both. I've got a CPX, but this is the CPS. For some reason I ended up coming in the CPX box. So we're going to put a battery in it. Famous last words, because I can't get the battery in. There we go. This is a rather larger battery than he's supposed to fly with. Is this a bad thing, a good thing? I don't know. Should slide it back. Oh, let him initialize. It's always good to let these things with flight controllers initialize properly on a level surface. I was going to try and move that battery back just a hair because it's a bigger battery than he's supposed to fly with, and I don't want to put all of its weight forward. You know, it'll give him more power on a cold morning, but there and again, it's more weight than he's supposed to carry, so I don't know whether it's a good thing or a bad thing. And it's also new, this battery. The other advantage of this battery, it's a battery that I just bought. I bought 5 of these for indoor flying this year. These little, I forget what the brand is, Tato or something. 220 milliamp hour, 1-cell stick batteries. Okay, so he may be carrying a bit more weight than he's supposed to.
Normal.
Then again, I don't know. And he's oldish as well, this guy. Well, he flies. I've got I believe I have a brushless upgrade kit for this guy, which I bought some time ago and have never put in. Well, I think is it just for this guy, or I'd have to look at it. I know I've got a brushless upgrade kit, a nano brushless upgrade kit. I'm not sure whether it's meant for this guy or the CPX. Wouldn't be for the new one, because I've had it since before the new one came out. There is a hair of wind, and of course this is really meant to be basically an indoor machine. It's not really meant to cope with wind. It's quite a functional machine, but it's not meant to cope with wind.
Time remaining 3 minutes.
It's a brushed motor. It's a brushed motor, and I think it's he's getting up there okay. I mean, but I think the motor may be getting a little weak, is what I was going to say. Although it seems to be flying again. It seems to be flying better now than it was flying when I was flying it indoors at the community centre this week. And I thought the motor seemed very weak. Then I was really thinking it was about time to replace the motor. And as I say, I've got that brushless upgrade kit. I'd have to look. I'm not even sure whether the brushless upgrade kit is meant for this guy or for the CPX, or whether you can apply it to either. It looks like you might be able to apply it to either, because it's not a complete board change. It somehow works. It's a little sub-board and a brushless motor, apparently. So I'm not sure how you're supposed to put it in. I'd have to look into that. It looks as if it might just be a sort of separate ESC somehow.
Time remaining.
I don't know. I don't know. Ooh, now that was, it just dropped for no very obvious reason there. Can't expect to get a lot of these. They're very capable, though, in their way, these little nanos. But they're really meant to be indoor machines, naturally. That sun is getting a bit bright. Don't think we really want to fly over there, particularly where the sun is, because it's just getting a bit bright. Anyway, we shouldn't fly him much more anyway, because I don't think he's going to fly much more with the battery. But we'll see. I'll have a look at that brushless upgrade kit and see whether it applies to him or not. Yeah, that'll do. I should be able to put him on the pad, but I can't be bothered.
Hold mode.
That's fine. Close enough. yeah, so he seems to be still working fine. Yeah, I mean, I think his motor is maybe a bit weaker than it was. It may be time to think about. Well, I certainly tell you to look at that brushless upgrade kit and see what's involved. What if it even is for this guy. So even the CPX had AS3X. From what I remember, I'd have to have it out, but from what I remember, I thought this one was quite an improvement over the CPX. And they've now got, I say, the other one, they've got the CPS 2, which is supposed to have, as compared to this one, it's not a lot different. It comes with a blue and white canopy, and it, I think it's, I should have pirouetted this guy. This guy pirouettes quite well, actually. But the CPS 2 is supposed to have pirouette compensation. But this guy actually pirouettes quite well. From what I remember, I should have done it while I had him up. I think the main difference is are in the flight controller. It's supposed to have pirouette compensation, the new one, the CPS 2, and I think it has a sort of damped down vertical movement in stability mode or something. It has some sort of a limitation on how rapidly it will drop or rise in stability mode, to make it more, beginner friendly and whatever. I don't think it's massively different. I certainly wouldn't bother. I mean, I'm perfectly happy with this one. I'm going to bother to buy the new one because there's no substantial difference, really. Not much of a substantial difference. Anyway, again, not doing anything exciting with it today. This one, though, is definitely a good one to play around with in the indoor flying.